Good morning, everyone. It is 11 a.m. Central Time on Tuesday, July 22nd, and the month is just slipping right away. My name is Jill Johns. I'm one of the corporate mentors with Cornerstone, and I'm glad to see you here today. We just have a small group so far. Hopefully, some more folks will pop in here soon, but I'm noticing kind of smaller groups. I have to suspect that's because it's summertime and folks are off doing family things while kids are out of school. But welcome to those of you who have taken time out of your day to join us, and good afternoon if you're on the East Coast, of course. This is group Q&A. This is an open Q&A session, so you are welcome to unmic yourself if you want to. If you're not comfortable with that, you can open up the chat window down at the bottom. You'll see chat. You can open up that box and put your question in there if you prefer to do that. But the floor is open. Who wants to get us started with a question today? And this is a no pressure.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Nope, go ahead. Hi, Steve.
I know that the Cornerstone logo and the seller of travel numbers need to be on business cards and everything printed. On business cards, do they have to be on the same side? So can the numbers be on one side and the logo on the other, or do they have to be together?
They just have to both be on the card. You can put them wherever you want to. And I can tell you too that they don't have to be very big. I was looking for, actually, I'm once again rearranging my office, if you can believe it. If you've been on past Q&As with me, I've mentioned rearranging my office. I'm currently in the process of doing it again. So I've misplaced everything, but I can tell you that it doesn't have to be very big. It just has to be there. But you can absolutely put the logo on a different side. But as far as size goes, let's see if I can get this into a spot where you can see I've got the logo and then the SOTs along the bottom. So they don't have to be very big. They just have to be there. I happen to have mine on the back, but you are welcome to split it up and put one on the part of it on the front and part of it on the back if you prefer, based on how you're laying out your card.
And being he brought that up, I'm confused on something. I understand printed as far as to give out, so giving out a business card, but something like my banners that I utilize at my vendor shows, it's printed, but I'm not giving that out. Is that still going to need to be on there, even though it's just I keep that, I don't give it out?
You know, that's a good question, because I know that Amy said any printed marketing materials. That's kind of how I understood it, was any printed marketing materials. Maybe shoot that one to Amy just to confirm that.
I mean, they're cheap enough they're cheap enough with the Walgreens. I mean, I get another one done. I just, like I said, I'm just not handing that out. It just stays with me. So
yeah, and I mean, it seems like you could get away with it, especially since it is on your business card. But if you want the official answer to that, I would say run that by Amy.
Okay.
Because if I were doing banners, I'd probably, or a table runner for events, I probably wouldn't put it on it. But that's probably kind of where my mind goes. But I do have it on my website. And I actually tend to forget when I do marketing materials for my Facebook page and stuff. I do tend to forget to put it on there. But yeah, printed stuff though. Okay. If you're gonna hand it out, I would say put it on that. But like you said, you're not handing out a banner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for that question, Steve, and getting us started. Who else has questions? I know we're a tiny group. iPad, I don't know who you are. It just says iPad, but welcome to you. No questions?
Well, let me ask you this one, Jill.
Okay.
Because there's some more confusion. I received a text from somebody. There was a question in the group asked about the incentives. I've utilized them, still utilizing them, but it was incentives for clients that are friends and family. So hypothetically, my mother-in-law, she has booked a trip. She's a client. She's going to continue to book through me. It's here. I mean, it was always said we couldn't use them, but now looks like it's approved. So
yeah, I was going to say, Amy actually just responded to somebody who posted that question on the Cornerstone page and said that. Did you see her comment on that?
I just saw that will be fine. This is fine.
Yes, she said this is fine. And let me see if I can find that post.
Because I mean, I want to continue to use them, but I just want to be sure that we're,
Here, it was Clementine.
okay.
Yeah, so Clementine said, yeah, I know that we're not to give away incentives to family and friends. However, what happens if they are actual clients? I have family and friends who travel. We have yearly trips together, and I'd like to encourage them to book through me instead of going to Costco, Delta, etc.
Mhm.
And Amy's response was, this is fine. So if they are active clients of yours, then according to Amy right here, it is absolutely okay to include them in that.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of, yeah, and like you said, I'm with you. Amy said it's okay, so it's okay. And I think the catch is just to make sure that they are clients and that you're not just giving them a free trip just to
Yeah.
like to try to incentive them to. But if they're already a client, then yeah, absolutely throw them on in and
Okay.
encourage them to continue booking. I wonder if that would work with my family.
Just talk a little bit about the incentives, like when you go to, excuse me, when you go to the page and click on incentives, like it's just a jot form. There's like,
Oh, not anymore. It's not.
oh, okay.
Nope. Amy has updated that to include information. Let me show you that.
Awesome.
I apologize. I have the yawns. I was telling Justin before we got started, I feel like it's only Tuesday morning and it's only 9 o'clock for me, you guys. I'm on the West Coast and I feel like this has been the longest week already. So here's the incentives program information that Amy has put just recently. This was just put up a couple days ago. So it kind of gives you information. So they partner with CMI Incentives, and it tells the cost for personalizing. And then this is the sign up for personalizing that. So that's that jot form that you're used to seeing. And then here's some information on how to use them as customer appreciation gifts, to thank loyal clients, incentives for new customer signups or first-time bookings, etc. And then there's lead generation, so you can kind of read through that. And here's some practical examples of use, which is also a great thing for those who are new to the incentives. Use it as a social media giveaway, run a contest on Facebook or Instagram where followers can enter to win a drawing. It's a referral program, event promotions, welcome gifts for new clients, email campaigns, co-branded partnerships, etc. And then there's also a section on how to not use them, which is also very important to make sure you read that as well. And then what are these incentives? And so it kind of talks about that. There's no timeshares, nothing they have to go sit through in order to take advantage of it. There is an activation fee if you're not familiar with them. And to get the incentive activated, and then they'll be given information on the trips so that they can select a location. And if you haven't seen the new incentives, I can show you that. Right here, this is what they look like. Actually, I should show you the one I've personalized. I think this is the one I personalized. So when you sign up for the personalized incentives, you'll get a link to this and it will open in Canva. The first page shows you how you can customize them. And then you're able to go in. Oops, that is not the one I customized. Where's the one I customized? You can tell I've downloaded these a few times because I can't seem to find it. Oh, that's weird. That's the oldest one on there. Well, now I'm sad. It doesn't show my customization on here anymore. Oh, well, I guess I'll redo it. So you can obviously customize like it shows on here. You can put your business name at the top right here where it says your business name. Don't change the QR code. However, I will say when you are posting these on social media, like if you're going to share this one, put your contact information here, your business name here. But you do need, even though it says do not change the QR code, you absolutely need to put something to block that, because if you post this giveaway with this QR code like that, anybody can scan it. So you need to do something. You need to put something on here, block it out, or put it. Would you do shrink it?
I shrunk my logo down and put my logo in the middle of the
Ah, that's a good
that QR
idea.
code. So your logo's there, so it's just giving you more. Like you put your you take that one there and put it in there and shrink it down. It'll cover it up. There you
So
go.
even if I put my logo on there like that, that's going to be okay because they can't scan it because most of it is blocked. So you see what we're saying though, you guys, is you want to impede that QR code when you share these. So that's one way you could do it. I've seen people do like a red X through it that goes from corner to corner. But then you put your information here. But so right now there's a 3-day, 2-night hotel stay with air. There's a 4-night cruise for 2 passengers. And brand new to as of July, as of this month, is a 7-night resort and condo stay, and also an all-inclusive resort stay for 2 in Mexico or the Dominican Republic. So those are fantastic. You can see the value, retail value is $2,394. And up here, this one's $2,163. So excellent values on those. But yeah, take a look at this incentives page now on Asian Access. There is new, lots and lots of new information on there for you to check that out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know it was really exciting that we've got that. I've been telling people for a while. I know they're working on information. They're working on information because I actually asked for it a long time ago. I said, you know, lots of people have questions about incentives. It would be great if we could get something done up. And you know, Amy, she's always on top of stuff, getting stuff sorted out and providing us with details. So it's a great program. Not every host agency has something like this, so it's a fantastic opportunity to be able to do that, to either help grow your social media following or use it as booking incentives or booking thank yous, that sort of thing. So pretty awesome. So thank you for that question, Jenny. Who else has questions? Anybody? Anybody?
Well,
Nobody?
I have another one.
Okay.
I was looking at Leah, and I guess the way I understand it is when you do your trainings through certain vendors, you can log your trainings in a logbook for credit on the CLIA website. Do you know anything about that?
You know, that's a good question because I know I've seen those too, where it says, you know, you can get CLIA credits for trainings, and I've actually done 2 of the certifications through CLIA that you have to pay for, and so far I've not seen any place to apply those credits. So that might be a question for CLIA directly, is to say, you know, when we earn these credits through, you know, Royal Caribbean training certifications and Princess and what have you, you know, how do we apply those? How and where do we apply those? Because so far I haven't found a spot for those. And
Okay,
maybe it's just me.
I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, obviously, I'm not seeing the correct button to push. So
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I have not found it, and just haven't gotten around to asking Cleo about it, but it's been on the back of my mind for that same thing. Like I said, I've gone through 2 certification programs and not seen a place to upload those. Who else has questions? Well, I'm just going to share my screen then. I don't know if you guys have, I know that some of you may be way past the getting started section, but Amy did just update the getting started section as well, and she included a document. So of course she updated the email section so that it's easier to find those emails for certain contacts. And the other thing that she did too was she added this document down at the bottom. Added this. Okay, where'd it go? Am I crazy? Oh, she moved it. I just did new agent onboarding at this time yesterday morning, and this link was at the bottom of the page. Okay, now I'm really feeling like I'm losing it. So here's a Cornerstone agent guide. If you, it's brand new. She just posted it Sunday night. So if you want to, you can check this out. It's got some, corporate contact, the corporate hours, information about welcome to Cornerstone, bookmarking pages, email contacts. It's 11 pages long. Kind of that checklist, like the getting started section. Here's a checklist. So if you printed it out, you'd have that handy. Frequently asked questions section, which she even put, I think she emailed everybody about this, and she even said she expects the frequently asked questions section to grow. But so here, commission questions, again, here's more email addresses. What's test? How do I personalize my landing page? So kind of just general Q&A. Where can I find agency credentials and codes? So lots and lots of, who do I go to for urgent support? TA discounts, there's information there. And so there's lots of information. So do you need to get a seller of travel if you're in California? No, which I was very glad to read because I'm in California. But in Florida, however, you do have to get your individual on that. Can I charge a service fee, E&O, suppliers and commissions? Lots and lots of Q&A. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to jump in there and check that out. And here's some additional resources: Zoom, CCRA, the Travel Institute, ASTA, Travel Agent Academy, Travel Agent University. So many places for training available to us. It's crazy. Online training, and of course, CLIA. And of course, there's Travel Leaders Network as well. Once you're in Travel Leaders Network, once you have that agent profiler account, which is mentioned right here for Snap and Cruise Complete as well, you have access to the entire Travel Leaders Network training library, which is massive. It is just massive, the amount of travel or travel training you have in there. They've got social media training, marketing training, supplier trainings also, just like we have, and tons and tons of stuff available in there. So I was just killing time until somebody has a question. Anybody?
Actually, I remembered my second question when you brought up Travel Leaders Network.
Great.
On the profile page, it has my location, probably because Cornerstone's in Galveston, has my location in Galveston. Can I call them to change that to Ohio, or?
You can change it. You can actually change it. And I think Amy actually responded to somebody that it's going to be Cornerstone because that's who we're hosted with. However, problem with that is that the agent profiler, once you're 100% and published, if it shows your location as Galveston and people go looking for somebody near them, they'll never find you because it's listed as Galveston. Now I forgot that. Started prompting me yesterday to change my password. So if you come into edit engagement and location, you can see that mine is not Galveston. You can absolutely change this information because you want it to be your information.
I'll look at that.
And the whole reason for that is because, like I said, once you're published, you can see there is a Travel Leaders Network Find an Agent. And if you're still listed as Galveston, people will think you're in Galveston when they do searches for Galveston, which obviously most of us are not. But they can search based on the zip code that they're in. And if you're in that zip code, they can find you by specialty, by destination. So let me filter that.
I'll look again. I looked to see if I could change it, and I didn't see that. I must have missed it. Yeah,
it's that edit location. It's the edit location, and what was that called?
That was from the profile page.
Yes, this one right here. Edit engagement and location.
Okay.
So it's that link right there. But you can see now that I put in, this is my zip code where I'm at. So now you're going to see travel agents that are in or around it. And here I am. If I still had myself listed as Galveston right here, obviously nobody local to me would find me. So that's something. Okay. Carrie, just so you know, I muted you because you're having a conversation. Okay, so hopefully that helps. I don't know if you're on your computer now, Steve, or not, but hopefully that helps you. Like I said, right here on your homepage, that edit engagement location.
Yeah, I'll take a look here.
Yeah, and then you're just gonna change it here and then just go to the bottom and hit save and continue. And that should be all you need to do to change that. Excuse me. All right, what other questions? Any other questions? Nope, nope. Got a quiet group this morning. Is there anything you want me to show you? Anything else in agent access or anything? Anything? I think this is the quietest group I've had.
Where was that at again? I'm on TLN right now.
So under your agent profile,
Yeah.
right when you first log in, let me go back to that page. So this is what you get when you first log in. It's right here. It's edit engagement / location. Are you
Yeah,
seeing
that's
it?
not. Yeah, I don't have that. I have just edit contact info.
Oh. Oh. I wonder if you have to be published before you can change that.
I am published.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why I'm able to change mine. Well, that's very interesting.
So I didn't
Yeah.
know if I had to call them directly or.
I would check with Amy on that and maybe include in there that you'd like to change your location to your own so that when people use the agent finder in TLN that they can find you based on your local destination.
Okay.
It might be something she needs to enable.
Okay.
Yeah, email Amy and ask her about that.
Okay. Yep, I'll do that after work.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just assumed it was on for everybody. Good to know. Good to know it's not.
Now, Jill, I seen that you had your on that you had the California and the Florida SOTs. I mean, we can add those as well, even though
Yes, well, when you're able to edit that stuff,
I,
I mean, I don't know if are you able to see that?
yeah.
Yeah, so I actually just added those recently because I thought, well, I have the ability to add it, so I may
Okay.
as well.
All right. I'm gonna go do that then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to because it's not technically print marketing material, but I thought, it'll show people at least that we do have the SOTs in those states. Yeah, I just barely added those because this one's not a required field, but I just added those a couple of weeks ago, I think. I finally put those in. So I have lots of stuff in mine, lots and lots. I actually have a new list of extra things to add down here to the additional content. Because the more
Yeah.
content you have, the more when people are searching for destination experts or things like that, the more information that you have based on places you've been or places you've sold or certified in, the more chance you have of being found is the way I look at it. Because like I said, they can find you based on destinations, specialty. They can find you on specialty. So any chance you have to put in that something is a specialty of yours, they can find you based on that. They can find you based on a destination. I had somebody reach out to me. They were in Australia and looking for a last minute trip. They're American, but in Australia, they were there for something else that got canceled. And and fortunately, it was an unrealistic request. they wanted something that left within the following week, but they wanted a cruise, and it's not cruising, wasn't cruising season any longer in Australia. But they plugged in Australia and searched through some travel agents that listed as having experience in Australia, and that's how they found me. So, so anything you can add obviously helps. This section, I will tell you, takes time if you do plan on beefing up your profile. Kind of plan it out, and you can link these things. It's like when you do an experiential post, let me find one of the ones I have linked that I actually did. So here's Alaska, and you can see it says approved by each of those. Anytime you enter one of these items, it goes to corporate to be approved. So you can start with doing like the bio, kind of write about the experience, and then you can add more tags and specialties and suppliers onto this page, just like the other ones. And then up here it says choose a bio to review or edit. So you can actually take something and modify it. But the other sections, you can actually link them. I think you have to start with the bio. Alaska, the experiential post. Yeah, so choose an experiential post to review it. No, wait, that's not the one. Where's the box? Oh, here it is. It's over on this side. So once you get the bio done, if you want to do, that's kind of like description of just more of a just an overall bio. But the experiential post, of course, is going to be based on your experiences. Over here, you can see you can link it. You can assign the bio, the post, the experiential post to one of the bios. And so, of course, I had that bio written for Alaska, so I selected Alaska. So that kind of linked it, which gives them more information about your knowledge and experiences in Alaska. And then albums and stuff too, you can do the same thing if I recall.
Sorry to interrupt, but I figured out what I needed to do.
Yeah.
So on the
good.
edit profile, I put independent contractor, and then it allowed me to do my address.
Perfect. Okay, good to know. I will try to make a mental note of that in case somebody else says they can't find it also. So good. I'm glad you're able to find that. So now you can modify that, save it, and then because you're published, people will have more chance of being able to find you if they're looking for a local TA, which is great.
Yeah, and that edit location link is now up there on my profile page as well, just by doing that. So that's all that needed.
Fantastic. That's great. That is wonderful. So up here, here you can assign the albums to the different bios and experiential posts, which looks like I actually haven't done that on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and select Alaska and Alaska and hit save and continue, and that will link these photos to that album, to those posts. So kind of linking everything, and I had actually found that when I did some of the agent profiler training in Travel Leaders Network, they talked about linking your, getting all those different sections done, link them together and put it all out there and all that fun stuff. There's so much to it, but it is time consuming to come up with all of the posts and all of the trying to cross over. You can see I've got Australia, New Zealand here, but I haven't gotten them over here yet. So I kind of went through recently and made a list just of what I haven't completed connecting yet. And if you get customer testimonials who have been to some of those locations, maybe clients you've booked, if you can ask them to write a customer testimonial, you can ask if it's okay if you can post them here, and you do have the ability to share that here. The map is just simply you can go in and select places that you've been or booked. And you can add, notes about them. If it's must do, you can add photos, how many times you've booked it, how many times you've been there. And so that kind of creates your map list. So there's my little penguins. So there's lots of different fields in the profile that you can ramp up, and you can preview the map up here. Itineraries, you can actually create itineraries. Travel Leaders Network has a section of training on doing itineraries. You can create sample itineraries of something that you could book. And kind of like you would put on your Facebook if you're trying to, or your TikTok or Instagram, wherever or even your website, if you're planning on trying to sell a particular location, you could create sample itineraries and then post those. You can do those here as well. I have not as of yet. And then reviews, if you want to request reviews, you can come down here to edit reviews, even if you don't have any yet, you can still do edit reviews. Up here is initiate a customer review, and they've got sample text as well as a link here that brings them back to this page to do a review. I took this section and I modified it because I include this in my welcome home emails that I send to my clients. I always send an email saying, welcome home from your trip. How did, please take a minute to, let me know how things went. What, is there anything that we can improve upon for next time? How was the hotel? How was the cruise? What have you, just asking for basic information. And then I also include a little blurb about the importance of reviews towards other people, future clients or potential clients being, more apt to work with someone once they know that other people, have had good experiences. And so I just include all of that in a summarized email with this link. And that's how I've requested my reviews. And then once they're on there, you can respond to it. When they're pending, you'll see them over on the pending page. If any are denied, reviews actually do go to corporate for approval as well. So they technically have the ability to deny reviews. But approved reviews will be here, and you can click here to read the whole review, but those do show up on your profile here as well. But once you're published, it's pretty awesome. People can email you, call you, schedule a video appointment. You can view the profile so they can kind of check you out. And this is kind of what all that stuff I have in there looks like. And then there's the reviews. And then I've got in here certifications and rewards. Those are kind of in all those different areas where you can plug in what you've completed. Lots of stuff. Some of them have images that go with them. Some of them don't. But so lots and lots of stuff. And here's my map. That's what the map looks like. My photo albums. My travel stories. So again, tons and tons of stuff available on that profile. But I love that photo. That was taken from a dinner cruise on the river. We got to go past that at night, which is pretty awesome sight. So, well, Steve, I'm really glad you found that. Who else has questions? No questions? Anything else I can show you? Anything else you want to see? We still have a half an hour. I mean, if there's no questions and there's nothing you want to see, we can certainly end early. Anything? Anything? No? Nobody. What else could I show you? What else could I show you? I'm thinking. Is there anything else you want to see? Whether it be on agent access or travel leaders network, the agent profiler we've kind of looked at. Anything else? Well, okay. I guess we're getting off early today.
They'll put them in Facebook in 10 minutes.
What's that?
I said they'll put them on the Facebook chat in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I always tell people, you don't have to unmic if you're not comfortable doing that. We do have a chat box here. You're more than welcome to use it. I don't put any pressure on people to unmic and ask questions. Some people are not comfortable doing that, and I'm completely fine with that. The chat box is absolutely sufficient for getting your question out there if you don't want to vocalize it. Anything you want to see? Anything you want to see in Princess? That's kind of my forte. That's kind of where I live is Princess. Polar Online, one source. So if you've got questions about Princess, I can show you stuff. I hate to give up time. Nobody has questions, really. Okay. How does bidding for a room work on Princess? So you have to be paid in full and you have to be within a certain time frame of sailing, and then the bidding will become available. When you click on bid for a room or bid for an upgrade, it will give you the different room categories that you can bid for, and then there's a sliding scale. It shows 0, but as soon as you start to move it, it's going to show you what the minimum bid has to be, and that minimum bid is per person. It is not total for the room. So if you've got 2 people in the room and it says that the minimum bid is $1,100, then just know that that's $1,100 per person. And then once you put in your bid, you will have to put in your credit card information, but you just kind of wait. If it's approved, if the bid is accepted, then they will send you an email and let you know, and it should give you your updated cabin information. But I did have one person who saw a charge on her credit card and emailed me and said, "There's this charge on my credit card and I don't know what it's for. Can you tell me?" And it turns out her bid was approved and we weren't actually notified. So I went in and sent her an updated booking confirmation with the new cabin number, just so that she had that confirmation. But theoretically, they're supposed to send they're supposed to send something that says your bid has been accepted. But you can do the sliding scale. Sometimes it's, fairly inexpensive. And if you don't want to offer the minimum bid, you can slide on that scale to make a higher bid if you think that's what it's going to take to lock in that bid on that upgraded category. Does that help, Rebecca?
Yes, thank you. My mom sent it to me and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you just have to go in and kind of look, like I said, look at the different categories and see which one she wants to make a bid on. And then just kind of look at the sliding scale. And like I said, it'll show 0, but as soon as you click on that slider and start to move it, it's going to show you what that minimum bid is going to be per person.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Justin had to leave us, so. For those who don't know Justin, he's another one of our corporate mentors. He likes to join these sessions to kind of see the questions that get asked and answered, because he too will be, he's one of our newer mentors, I believe. So I don't know that he's done a group Q&A yet. He did booking Q&A just a couple weeks ago, and so you're likely to see him start popping up on some of these group Q&As as well. So any other questions? And the iPhone just dropped off. I still don't know who the iPhone was, but it looks like they dropped off. All right, well, it is 11:39. If there really are no more questions for me, just know that there's another Q&A session tonight at 5:30 Central Time. And then if you have booking specific questions that you don't want to ask now, you can join, if you're available, booking Q&A on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. And then of course we also have the Wave Makers webinars coming up. Let's take a look and see who's coming up on the webinars. Let's see. Oops, I need to go to this one. All the way down at the bottom, live calendar. So of course the live training calendar is found all the way at the bottom of the agent access page, or also at yourtraveltraining.com. Shows all of the replays for all of our amazing sessions we've had. Tonight is the 22nd, so it looks like no wave makers so far this week. But again, group Q&A at 5:30 Central. Remember, all these times are Central Time, so adjust accordingly for your location. Booking Q&A 7 p.m. Central. Next week, though, we do have Princess that will be with Hunter Smith, our BDM with Princess, at 7 p.m. Central, and then Margaritaville at Seas at 4 p.m. Central on the 30th. And again, the repeat of group Q&A and booking Q&A, and hopefully you'll be able to join some of those. But if there's still no questions, which it looks and sounds like there's not, then I'm going to go ahead and thank you all again so much for coming and taking time out of your day to join me this morning for group Q&A. I hope that I was able to answer your questions. And just remember also, we've got the Cornerstone Travel Facebook page and Agent Lounge for asking questions also. So I'll thank you again for coming. Wish you a beautiful rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Have a good one, you guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.